Hey everybody, this is Gabe. Just got done watching the DVD sent out by the Archbishop of the Twin Cities here. Number one, I guess I'd like to know where the money came from and why the DVD seems to send a strong message of backing the Tom Emmer campaign, who is obviously anti-gay. It kind of touches on there are going to be people that are specifically running in politics in this year's election that want to put gay marriage on the ticket, and I'm kind of wondering why that's such a big deal in this video. I guess it's the point of the video is to try to persuade people to vote for Tom Emmer because he wants to put a lockdown on gay marriage in the state of Minnesota. The big points in this video, aside from that, seem to be that if gay marriages become legal in the state of Minnesota, it will destroy families. It will destroy children because children need to have mothers and fathers, and it may or may not make Catholic churches and private schools lose their nonprofit status. Now, I'm pretty sure, now I'm not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure that Catholic churches and schools will not lose their nonprofit status if gay marriage becomes legal. I'm not really seeing the tie-in there. As far as kids needing mothers and fathers to raise them, I was pretty much raised by just my mom, and my grandparents and family stepped in a lot. My dad left. My parents split up when I was like 2, and pretty much saw my dad every once in a while. I think the important thing for kids is they're loved. I don't think that they necessarily need to have a mother and father gender specific role in their lives as long as they've got supporting parents around them and supporting family. Back when the Clintons were in office, they said there was a phrase that was going around that it takes a village to raise a child, and I absolutely believe that's true. And you know what? I think people, as long as they love their kids, can have a great kids and with no problems because they have two moms or two dads. I think the opposite can be true, where if you have parents that don't love their kids and they're abusive, it can be way worse for them to have a mom and dad at home. They could be crackheads and druggies, and they could be a man and a woman that are legally married in the Catholic Church, and they could be the most awful parents in the entire world. And we've seen that happen. And as far as what's really uh, destroying the married families, I think people that don't put enough time into their marriages because of our society that's kind of sick and falling apart destroys families. I think parents that don't love each other enough and don't love their kids destroy families. And honestly, I have had this argument with my mom, and I'm not against women out there, but I think there was a big thing that happened in the women's liberation movement in the 70s and on. They kind of said, hey, you know what? If you don't want to stick it out with your family, you can just leave and have a divorce. And I'm not saying this is something that you shouldn't do if you've got an awful marriage where you're fighting with people and you've got an abusive marriage or something like that. But I feel like some of the women's liberation movement gave women the idea that, you know what, if you're just not happy raising your kids and you're not happy being at home or you're not happy doing this or that, it's a fine ticket just to leave. I'm Catholic, and one of my deep beliefs is that once you're married, you stay married. That's one of the things that you say when you get married in Catholic Church is that you're bound with God, and two things that God binds together can never be separated. When you get married, it's not something you just jump into. It's something that you think about and that you plan, and that once it happens, it's supposed to be everlasting. There's something to be said in the "to death do us part," and I believe that anybody that takes those vows and really sticks by them, be them gay or straight or anything else, as long as they love each other and get married, they should be able to get married. Number one, that nobody else should be able to challenge people's love, and I think people, as long as they're committed to marriage, and especially if they're committed to having children, there's no reason that any of those things would be any different with people that are straight or homosexual. And I think it's absolutely awful that the church is taking the stance that they're taking, sending out 400,000 DVDs, probably at a cost of over $2.5 million to all of the Catholic parishioners in the Twin Cities metro area. And I really think certainly anything worse than what happened. Gay marriage to me is something that's going to be happening. It's not even a question. I actually talked to my grandpa, who in World War II is telling me about how there were Navy sailors when he was in the Navy fighting World War II. They were openly gay, and they would put these Navy sailors in the front lines. What kind of crap is that? That back, during World War II, people that are giving their lives and fighting for our country, when they're found out to be gay, they're put on the front lines of the war, so they're killed first. This is coming from my grandpa. He was just his 86th birthday today, and he said that gay marriage isn't something that is even a question anymore. It's something that's going to happen, and it's something that needs to happen, just like equality throughout the years. And that's the way I see it too. Nothing is wrong with people that are get married in any other way or form. And if you're going to pick on somebody that's getting married, how about look at some of these people that that have 6 or 7 wives and do all this stuff. Certainly think we should be picking on them a little bit more than people that just want to have the same rights as everybody else. They can jump into a church after they've gone through all the different motions and get married. From a Catholic point of view, as long as you follow the Bible and go through the Catholic steps that you need to get married, and you love one another and make the commitment under God, that's what it takes to get married. The paperwork, I think that it's just another second step that needs to be passed through the government, and I think it will pass, and it's all coming. But that's what I have to say. I rambled a little bit, but it's just interesting seeing my grandpa's point of view that I added in there, where back in the World War II, he had gay friends, and he's just starting to come out with this now that he felt really bad for. Some of them got shipped back because they found out that they were gay back to the U.S. when they were on ships fighting in World War II, and he had good friends that died because they were put on front lines, and that kind of discrimination is what we need to put an end to if we're going to move forward as a society. And we certainly don't need to have this kind of bigotry coming from the Catholic Church, where they put out DVDs like this. Everybody has rights. Everybody should have the same rights, and we need to forge ahead and make gay rights and gay marriage a non-issue in Minnesota, because we need to pass it and move on with our lives and not have this kind of stuff going on. Thanks.